Thanks, Mark. As you mentioned, joined by Mike Robb, football extraordinaire. We were putting him to work. He was here last Friday night for Game Day Nation. He'll be here again this Friday night. And then mere hours after the show wrapped, you drove to Kentucky.
Yes, I took the long 5-hour haul to Kentucky, and it was worth it, though. You know, the Rockets played a good football game.
They absolutely did. Now, Mark, we did tell you a little bit about that quarterback situation. Mitch Guidani going down in the third quarter, Carter Bradley coming in. What did you see on that hit with Mitch Guidani?
But you know what? He didn't even see the hit coming. You know, the defender came from behind him. It was a helmet-to-helmet contact. He got ejected out the game, but he had taken a shot earlier in the game. This is something that happened to him last season. He's got to learn how to slide a little bit better so he can protect himself because he was playing pretty well until the injury happened.
As a coach, and Coach Candle was asked a little bit about this in the post-game press conference, is there something you can do to protect your quarterback? His answer was, it's a kid playing football. He's been playing this way since he was 5'6". He's playing hard. What do you do as a coach? Nothing, or what?
Well, like I said, you got to just practice better. You know, know when to throw the football away. Know when you have an opportunity to slide and get down and not get hit by a defender. When you're a quarterback, you're the prized possession, you know, to the offense. And to the defense, you are the meat. You know, they want to eat you. They want to take you down and get rid of you. So the first thing you have to do is say, I got to protect myself so my football team can get better with me on the field. Now, like I said, when he left the field and Carter Bradley entered, you know, the Rockets' passing numbers dropped, but you put a cold, true freshman in there, a redshirt freshman in the game to pick up in a hostile environment. So you would definitely much rather have your quarterback in there being smart, making better decisions on the football field.
And we did see Carter Bradley run one in at the end of the game, so kind of getting in his rhythm a little bit, but like you said, kind of unexpected.
Yeah, you didn't expect him to get in the game. You know, he's a very good football player, you know, and this is something that the Rockets have to do as they go forward. This is probably the most important game of the season because it's the toughest game of the season, and you have it week 1. So now you have everything to learn from. You won't go against guys as big as the linemen they had down there. They had some big guys, but you will not see that again. So now you say, okay, we played the best that we're going to play against. Now let's just click up, get some things better, and clean it up. You know, so if Carter Bradley's got to step in again, I believe he's going to do just fine.
Kind of going back to the start of the game, Bryant Coe back, Springfield alum. It was exciting for us to see him back at Kentucky where he had redshirted a few years back, get to trot in that end zone.
I mean, it was right there. I was right on the sideline, like on the goal line. I took a video on my cell phone, honestly. It was funny because he's talked about this game and how coming back to this game meant so much to him. You know, just from leaving that program and, you know, the heated battles and boiling up from the guys talking on social media back and forth to him, and then coming to Toledo and then getting the opportunity to play against him again. You know, this meant everything to him. It was a personal game for him. It was a personal game for the KU players, you know, because they want to take it out on this kid as well. So for him to get in the end zone, to open the game up like that, silence that loud crowd, was awesome, you know, and that still gave that team life because when you get a guy at running back, as special as he is, to be able to leave a SEC school and come to a MAC school, you know, that's special because Bryant Coe is one of the best there is.
He started it off right for UT. The defense held strong, too. That was a very competitive game in the first half especially.
I mean, defense wins championships. In that first half, the Toledo football team defense looked phenomenal. They stepped up, getting big sacks in the backfield. One thing I like is Jamal Hines. You know, the young kid, he's had a phenomenal season last year, starting off the right way. You know, Coach George and his defense have stepped up. You like to see Smoochie Blue. I'm sorry, you call him Smoochie, Mr. Blue. He's a very good football player, and he played in that linebacker spot this year, not on the outside. So he's able to fill the gaps, hit these guys pretty hard, and the Rockets needed that because they were able to stop the run in the first half. But as the game wore on, that heat wore on, that second half, you could see that they had been a little bit more experienced playing in that Kentucky heat to continue to outlast the Rockets.
Like you said, the toughest opponent that they'll probably face this year, an SEC school. It's a little weird having a bye week 2. They had it last year, but how much does that help?
Well, you know, it doesn't help that much, honestly.
Even coming off an SEC where you're getting
you get healthy. You get where Mitch Guidani left the game, you assume he was in concussion protocol. I'm not sure, so I don't know. But if he's in concussion protocol, he gets a week off where he can get himself back healthy, so you get to have him back from Murray State. But most importantly is when you have these off weeks early in the season, and you still got to go to MACtion, meaning you got to go from a Saturday game and turn around and go play on Wednesday or Thursday. You know, that's when you would want a bye week. You know, so that way you can kind of get a little breathing room. You know, there's one week where I believe in 2017 where the Rockets had to play 3 games in 14 days or something crazy like that. Goodness. You know, so they would definitely prefer that bye week later on in the season, but to have it now after that Kentucky game, you get to lick your wounds a little bit, get back healthy, and get back out there.
mentioned, obviously, bye week this week. Next Saturday, they'll be at home against Murray State, their home opener. Murray State had a big win, first week one. They're playing Georgia this week. Third-ranked team in the nation, then coming into Toledo.
Well, they're going to be wishing they had a bye week as well, because going against Georgia is going to be something that's an uphill battle for them, and they understand it as well. They're going to play their best, but having the Rockets take this week, be able to study that film, watch them play against Georgia as well, they're going to now be able to hit on all cylinders because this offense did really good in that first half. Now they just got to clean up the little things, make better passes. They're a little bit long on some of those plays, but with Mitch Guadagni coming back into this football game, I have a hard time seeing the Rockets losing it.
You heard it here first, guys. Mike Rob, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
He'll be back again next week, and we will talk about that Murray State game a little more. UT Rockets on a bye this week. We'll see you next Tuesday. Mark, back to you.